and a mule. Well, that went to south. That went out the window. We don't want 40 acres and a mule. Give us back, give us money. You know, black people, or if you've been affiliated in some way, shape, or form, whether you're living here and you're from the Caribbean, but black people on the whole, we need reparations. Now, how that's going to be broken down, I don't know. That's a conversation. Georgetown University, I'm going to try and see if I can find what they give to their black students, but they give them something, all under reparations. Okay, so some people or some businesses are taking it upon themselves to do something about it. But the whole idea, the conversation of reparations need to be had. I am not an authority on the thing. I know more about it just like everybody else, or I should say most people. But the best way to do that is to get someone who know what they're talking about to start the conversation. So some weeks ago, John Joseph from Island Beat Radio, he sent me a video of Sir Hilary Beckles. Then Carl sent me a similar video that I'm yet to listen to in its entirety. A conversation that Sir Hilary Beckles was having, and he is a vice chancellor of the University of the West Indies, Mona. So I'm going to I'm going to reach out to Sir Hilary Beckles to see if we can encourage him to come on the show and talk about reparations to where we can understand it, you all can understand it, and when he says yes, because I'm hoping that he says yes, that whole month will be a conversation about reparations. And I think, and that's what I was saying to Code earlier on, if we could have a special topic every month that we could elaborate on every Saturday that we're on the air for that particular month. Okay, so the month of June was pretty much snatched away from us because, in a good way, or depending on how you look at it, we talked about violence because, George Floyd was murdered, and because of him, a lot of changes have been taking place in a good way. And one of the changes that I really, really liked was the fact that take away that safety net from the police where they've been operating in secrecy. So that veil of secrecy, as far as the New York police is concerned, they're going to take that veil away from them. Of course, it has to be passed in legislature in that particular state. But this is something that we're hoping that each state will take it upon themselves. And I believe this is a bill that was brought forward by the Democrats in the House of Representatives. I'm sure that the Republicans in the Senate would want to put their own spin on it before they even say, okay, we can sign off on it. So it's got a ways to go. But if each individual state can have something similar to take that veil of secrecy away from the police, so that way when a man like Chauvin that had 18 priors and no one knew about it and killed George Floyd, then all of a sudden the public began to find out that he had 18 charges. This is the thing that, George Floyd was the sacrificial lamb, but there's so much good change that's coming out of this. I'm sorry that he lost his life in order for this to happen, but George, you didn't die in vain. That's all I can say about that. We're getting ready for to go live on Facebook.
No, we're not getting ready.
We're not?
We are. Live.
Oh, we on Facebook?
Yeah.
For real though?
Yeah.
You take me by surprise.
Oh, well, as always.
So here now I gotta find my frame of thought. So we're live on FB and we're gonna have a conversation with our DJ, the DJ that's in our spotlight today, DJ Sweeba.
Yeah, somebody that actually in the WhatsApp in the Zoom, but they have no name, so
that could be him.
I don't want to assume that.
So let me call him and see if that's him. Okay.
I don't assume that.
All right.
Well, this one is about uniting the nation. Why can't why we fuss and fight? Let's march on what you say?
DJ Sweeba to see if that's him in the Zoom waiting room. I gotta say hello to Miss Susan Hunt. Yeah, I had a pretty good birthday. Victorious, good afternoon, Vic. Yeah, thank you so much. Belated birthday greetings.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
God.
Okay, and we've got Mr. Ryvan Campbell. Hi, Ryvan, how you doing? Yeah, so Ryvan, I'm hoping that you probably, didn't hear what I was saying earlier on. We're trying to set a conversation theme every month we come on, because this show is about informing and music and having fun and having some cool ass guests on. And we want to have a month where we talk about reparations. And so Hilary Beckles is the Vice Chancellor at University of the West Indies Mona campus, which of course is in Barbados, where you're from, Ryvan. And he also is a member of CARICOM. So I'm trying to reach out to him to see if I can get him on the show so we could start that conversation about reparations and make it a month-long conversation, where we'll play clips of some of his speakings, or his speakings, that is a word, and, educate all of us, all right? So DJ Super, how you doing? Super. I need to bring you on one of these days pretty soon, but we're going through the whole DJ, iTunes radio DJs. Tishad, he fire you. I don't know. Victoria's fire you. Vic said Tishad is fired.
Doing what?
Tunisia better. Hi. I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. You gotta ask Vic why you fired. Vic, why you fired?
But Vic and he said hire me.
DJ Super, yeah, I am. I'm going through the iTunes DJs, because like I've been saying, charity begins at home and ends abroad. So nobody knows when they're going to be on until I actually reach out, and then you're going to be on. So, hey Sil, my UCF sister, Peter McLeod. I listened to the song, and I will do. You forget. He said you're fired because you forget my birthday. No, Vic, he did send me a text on my birthday wishing me happy birthday.
You know what? Yo, really and truly.
So we ain't gonna fire him right now, okay? He doing well. Okay, so see, I have on iTunes Entertainment Magazine T-shirt, and in the back I have what? Media. So the new issue of iTunes Entertainment Magazine, which features Vaughn on the cover, Soca Nice, and that is for June, July, and August. Please go on the website to iTunes, entmagazine.com, and check out what we have. This is the most entertainment-focused issue that we've ever had. We have a page designated for DSM, the agency, which is an agency that is run by DJ Stevens International. We have a new feature called Where Are They Now? So we have a really cool article on the Chris Garcia, the Chutney Bacchanal singer. We have one on Mishaz Brown. Mishaz is the hairstylist to the stars. We have Rio Nelson, our IEM contributor in there. We also have Knut Neil Ellis. We have an article on him. We also have an article on AMRAC, which is an organization that focuses on as always say, for some people say anti-bullying, some people say anti. So it depends on where you're from. You will say anti or anti, just like how some people will say schedule. You know what I'm saying? So anti-bullying, he has an organization that focuses on the youth and, helping them to get through that experience of being bullied. Dr. Roland, how you doing? I was just telling them about... Oh, Sweeba, you're waiting. All right. So let's talk to Sweeba, and then Dr. Rollin, I will talk about Digitech and all the cool Zoom conferences. So let's get DJ Sweeba in the house with his cool shades. Look at him. DJ Sweeba. Can you hear me? No? Beans and rice. Dr. Rollin wants his beans and rice. Oh shit, the best show. Yeah, we are, right? Yeah, the best kept secret. Not. DJ Sweeba!
Sweeba, you might be on mute.
Yes, you now. We're
No,
hearing
yeah.
you now.
Aight.
We're hearing you
This
now.
is family.
Blessings. This whole Zoom thing is something else, right, man?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. It takes some getting used to because I'm not even fully there, but it's something that is fun because people get a chance to see you. They get a chance to see our guests. And today you are a guest in the DJ Spotlight. Where you going? You're walking all over the place. Where you going?
My son just knocked on the door, then I went to let him in now. Oh, he don't went around. I ain't gonna leave him outside.
How old is your son?
He's 11.
He's 11. That is a big house, man, because you're still walking down hallways. He went outside to play.
Yeah, he went to take a little sweat.
Oh,
Gotta give him
yeah.
a little-
He's good.
few minutes.
It's hot outside, man, but he's 11 years old. He could handle it. My age group is the ones that are struggling. Did I tell you I have a garden? I didn't tell you I have a garden? Oh, my goodness. Okay, while we wait for DJ Sweeba to settle down, let me tell you about my garden. So I have a garden. I started planting during the 2 months that I was off from work. Okay?
What you planted? What
I
you
have aloes, aloe vera too.
Uh-huh.
And actually I was encouraged to do this by Adele. I was inspired by Adele with Malicious Girl. So I have lemongrass. Okay, he's settling down. He said, you took the shades off? Why take the shades off, man? He's laughing.
You put yourself back on mute.
You put yourself back on mute now. You got to take mute off.
take yourself off
take
of
mute
mute.
off.
All right.
Okay, and then say something so we know you're not. Okay.
Alright.
there you
Yeah.
go. Yeah,
Yes, we
you
do.
know. So
Perfect,
I was telling Code and the listeners that I have a garden. I have lemongrass. I have aloes. I have sweet mint, rosemary. I just planted a gardenia that blossomed yesterday, and I planted papaya. So I should be getting a papaya by the end.
Let me know passing by you.
I invited Dr. Rollin to come and have some peas and rice, some pilau. Hey, I'm saying hi to my sister Merlene Noel. Hi, sweetie. Kevin Styles, DJ Kevin Styles. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon.
Dr. Rolling is listening, and we've got Militia and Ronald Jamon is watching. Hi, y'all. So, DJ Sweeba.
Yeah.
I seen the Trini flag in the back, so I don't even need to ask you which island you're from. Hey. All right, so can we bring his volume up just a little bit? He's good? All right. So, DJ Sweeba, you're on which days?
I'm on Push Start Monday. On Mondays on iTunes Radio.
Push Start Mondays.
It goes
Okay,
from 9
because
p.m. to 12 midnight.
9 to 12 midnight. Because last week when DJ Zaya was on, I forgot and neglected to say which day he's on, and he's on Tuesdays. But you're on Push Start Mondays. You get the week started. You get us started. So
For the week.
yeah, you get us started for the week. I've heard you at least once. It's hard for me to keep up with everyone because I'm in and out and I'm, doing stuff. But the one time that I did hear you, which was like maybe 3 weeks ago, I enjoyed it. And I think I reached out and I did say that in the posts. So tell us how you've been managing during, shelter in place and everything.
And with the COVID-19, it actually kind of worked in my favor, even in a way, being that I actually got to spend more family time because I'm always a workaholic. So I actually got to spend time with my son. This was the first time I actually got to spend the whole summer with him. So,
The whole summer with him. So this is the nosy journalist, me asking, is music your full-time gig or do you do something else?
I do production as far as like I set up like the billboards, the Grammys. I'm into like concerts and setting up audio and visual and lighting and stuff like that.
So you did say something about the Grammys. Did I hear what I heard?
Yep, I set up for the Grammys. I do the billboards. I do Design Miami. I do the boat show. Anything big in South Florida.
Hold up, slow roll, because I get really more and more nosy as this conversation goes along. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm hearing is we got some real, notoriety in the house here. So you do production, you set up for the Grammys, for billboards, and this is typically what you do. So when we were down for the 2 months, shelter in place, social distancing, this was the first time that you got an opportunity to actually spend time with your family, your 11-year-old son.
Right.
Okay, so now I'm going back to being nosy. So tell us some of the people that you've actually met. We want to know.
Oh man, I met a lot. I got to work with Mark Anthony. He's a Latin singer.
Yes, yes, he's an awesome singer as well. He was married to J-Lo at one time.
Yeah, I got to work with J-Lo too. I got to work with a Spanish artist named Bad Bunny. So, you know, I'm in South Florida, so the Latin side is kind of strong down here. So
It
I
is.
work with
So,
in the Latin field.
so because with shelter in place, that kind of entertainment pretty much went as full stop.
Yeah, we took a bad hit because right now all our gigs are canceled until the middle of 2021. So right now I'm dropping.
Wow. So, okay, how are you managing?
To be honest with you, I just pray because I try not to stress it because if when you start worrying, that's how you get gray hair. And the way how everything's set up, the Most High has everything planned. So I don't know how this happened, but it just happened.
Everything is falling in place, and you like most of us, and including we mentioned this with Zaya last week. You take that energy and you put it into Push Start Mondays. You push it into. Do you do pop-ups also?
I can do everything because I actually what's been keeping me afloat for the COVID-19. I've been doing like little Zoom parties for birthdays and weddings and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
music
So
Wait. You did a Zoom wedding.
yeah. I did a Zoom wedding. I actually did 2 Zoom birthday parties, and it was actually it was a little different, but it was nice.
well, I'm trying to visualize how that, just like you
Yeah,
could.
the Zoom wedding. I'm trying to visualize that. So, how do you get your cues to play a particular song? How does that work?
Yeah, it was like actually like the actual hostess. They was actually I had 2 phones, so one was on the telephone. So when they're talking to me, they're like, "All right, play it now, play it now, play it now."
Wow.
That sounds stressful, my brother.
Yeah.
That sounds stressful.
I,
It was
I
fun.
like challenges. I like to challenge myself. So
Oh,
I
that is a
I never
challenge.
really like to say I can't do it without putting forth the effort of trying it first.
Well, obviously it's doable because you did it, but to have somebody on one phone in one ear, you're trying to do your 1 and 2 stuff, get your music situated, and then you have another person on another phone on this ear. And that went on for, I guess, maybe a couple hours, right?
I'd say it was not that long. It was probably like a 30 minutes to an hour. 'Cause
Okay.
It was kind of short. It wasn't really like a long ceremony. Too long.
Well, props to you
Yeah.
because I mean, somebody like me, I would be so stressed, and I might be cussing on the east, west, north, and south by the time the 30 minutes finished because I'm that stressed. But I like the fact that we, as because I'm a DJ also, even though I never really thought about it. Octane reminded me that I'm a DJ. How you like working with iTunes, the family? I put
it's-
you on the
it's-
spot.
Yeah, I like it good because, like I said, it's good at. I like to work with other DJs and with all of us on the same wavelength. But I always tell myself the left hand can't clap by itself. You need some help, so you need
That-
the right hand. And to have people on that same wavelength and a group like that, like how we have, it feels more. It doesn't feel like we're going to work or anything. It feels like I'm going to chill with my brothers. I'm going to hang out with my cousins. Like it's more family orientated, and that's the good feeling I love about it.
And we have things, I know Mike has things planned for next year, but you know, we can't do it because we still have to remind us, the whole social distancing is still at play, but there are a couple of things that, you know, we're going to be doing next year once we're able to come back together physically, you know, and I have Treyon Clark is checking us out. Hey, Treyon. Hey, Rakshan, how you doing? Mr. Burridge, how you doing? Denise, I'm just saying hi to everybody here. Denise Banfield Fletcher. Hi, Denise. We went to school together. What's up, family? That's from Treyon. Victorious. Vic is saying that Sweeba is my brother.
That's a big brother right there.
That's my brother. We gotta play Code. You know we gotta play chocolate,
I
right?
ain't playing
Gotta
nothing by
play
Victoria.
chocolate. You gotta play
Hey,
chocolate.
nothing by Victoria. I don't care.
Vic, because if I am, he ain't playing nothing by Vic.
Vic want to fire me. I ain't playing nothing by Victoria. Already got it queued up. Already queued it
Oh
up.
gosh, my glasses just hit the mic. I'm sorry, Mike. It's, you know, so okay, you're from Trini. The one time I heard you, I was hearing a whole lot of soca and thing. And you know, one of the things I like about the iTunes radio DJs is this. And I know I'm not trying to suck up to anybody. I'm just calling it like I see it. You guys play music that, you know, you don't repeat the songs that you hear over and over and over. I mean, the Marshalls and the this and the that. We hear music from other artists that is sounding good, and you know, you like the vibe, so you play it. It's not the same carbon copy. And I like that because that's what music is all about. Over the past couple of years, we've had so many good soca artists, you know, struggling to get their music out, and it's good music. And you guys just rep, you just rep it. So I appreciate that. So I know I sucking up all the talk, and I talking. So okay, cool. I haven't given him a chance to talk, right? He just Sweeba, that's how we do it. What part of Trinidad you from, my brother?
Superior.
You from where?
Superior.
South. You from South?
Yeah, we're in the house.
Yeah, man. Yeah, in the house. I was born in Lubbock. I grew up in San Fernando. You know, so you just Superior, just a little stone's throw away.
Yeah,
So,
not that far.
not that far. So I've been a little bit more nosy. Most of your families in Trinidad, or most of them are here, or you have a half and half?
I'll say a good 90% still back home.
Still in back home in Trinidad. So how does it feel, the fact that the borders are closed and we can't go home at all?
It's kind of bad because I actually missed. I had 2 events to do, DJing events to do in Trinidad, 2 boat rides, and that got canceled. So that kind of took my joy. I was really looking forward to doing those boat rides.
So it sounds like if you've got your hooks into some really good music-wise, work-wise, you have your hooks into some really good locations to keep, ordinarily to keep things going for you. And
Right.
and so let's look at Shelter in Place right now. It's just a comma, a semicolon. It's not a full stop. The economy will open back up sooner or later. You said something, Sweeba?
I was saying that you're right, because once it gets back open, people still gonna want music.
Yeah.
And like the way how I look at it, 'cause like my dad, he's a very big DJ when he was coming up. DJ One Love, that's my dad. And
DJ what?
DJ One Love.
My love?
No, DJ One Love.
One Love, DJ One Love.
Yeah, that's my dad. And the way how they used to do it when they was in Trinidad, the artists used to come to them, because without, you can have the greatest song, but if nobody hears it, who's gonna know about it?
True.
So it's like I always grew up watching my dad and my uncles, like the artists, they go to the artists and they come together and make it happen. Like I said, it reverts back to what I was saying. The left hand can't clap by itself. We gotta work together as a unit. So there's so many, like you said, so many young artists out right now, and they just need a chance, because once the people, you can't deny good music. You're gonna, once it's heard, there's certain songs I can hear by certain artists and I'll get goosebumps. And you won't get that type of feeling from a big artist,
No.
but they just need a chance. And I feel if we don't play it, they'll never be heard. So I feel it's my job as a DJ to help that artist get out there. That's my duty. That's my contribution. So
And it's
I'm
a
willing
worthwhile.
to play anything. I'm willing to play anything because everybody deserves a shot.
Everybody deserves a shot. The big artists ain't hungry enough, but the little artists, they're hungry. So they're gonna put all that passion into the music, and you feel it. Like you say, it makes your paws raise, So I appreciate you being on our show today in the spotlight. Push Start Mondays on iTunes Radio. Y'all gotta listen for this fella. He is pretty good, like all the DJs on the iTunes roster. You gotta check them out. And as I said to Zaya last week, something that we'll be doing from the new issue in September is we're gonna start pushing the DJs visibly in the magazine, because again, charity begins at home and ends abroad. So looking forward to hearing you on Monday, all right?
Definitely, you guys gotta have me back again. I had a great time. I appreciate the opportunity, and I love you guys.
Hold up. Let me tell you what I tell everybody. This is the first time. It will not be the last time. Yes, you're coming back. All right?
Definitely.
I appreciate you. Give thanks. He always says
man.
give thanks.
Brother, give thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Give thanks, man. Give thanks. Just read it. Just read it.
I can't read it because it's in scribbles. It's in scribbles. Okay. The DJ Militia helping me out here. He sent the itinerary. Monday is Push Start Monday with Sweeba. And you're on from 9 to 12 o'clock, 12 midnight. Okay. Then we have Tuesdays. Don't move, don't go nowhere, no Sweeba. I'm reading all of this and then I'll come back to you. Tuesdays, we've got Super Tuesday with DJ Super. Wednesday is Free Up Wednesday, but he just put FU. Okay, so it's Free Up. The FU stands for Free Up. Okay, that's for DJ Zaya. And then on Wednesday, we got Militia. Thursday is Ruction. Thursday is Professor TNT. Friday is Soca and Cocktails with Lockdown. Interrupt Rum Shop Fridays with Mike. Well, of course, Saturdays it's us. And then we got Super Slim, who's going to start his show soon enough. And Saturdays, we've got Rubber Dub Saturday with Timberland Songs, which would be Trayon Clark. And Saturdays, Road Ready Saturday with G.I. Trini. He's on tonight. So, Sweeba, we got to go, but it was a pleasure.
Indeed.
We'll bring you back. You have a good one, and I'll see you on Monday.
Okay, have a blessed day, y'all.
Bless up. Thank you. All right. Look at me muting my own mic. That was DJ Sweeba. Remember, listen to his show on Mondays on iTunes Radio from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. We're getting ready for Tara Lynne, the Bimini girl. And let's see, let me just say hi to everyone that we have on here. Trayon Clark, how you doing, y'all? Trini peoples, where is my GTP? We like Guyanese too, you know. We like Guyanese too. Okay, Trayon, it's all good. Christopher Digoville, how you doing? Mike, iTunes. Cheryl Sue, my buddy. Vic laughing. Vic, why you laughing?
Vic happy, you know. Vic happy.
Blessings. We're going to hear chocolate?
Yes, and then we're going to, after we do chocolate, then we're going to come in with Miss Tara Lynne.
So we're going to have chocolate, and then we're going, why am I repeating you?
Well, they say black are the berry, the sweet are the juju. They say black are the berry, the sweet are the juju. They say black are the berry, the sweet are the juju. Sugar, give me chocolate. Father God, you outdid yourself. How you gonna make these women so immaculate? You went a little overboard, just a little overboard, but see that. Down in the Caribbean, cause they don't take shit from no one. Sugar turn up like high grade. It's tight enough, vibes enough. Say mama, can I be your papa? Coffee to my creamer, yeah. I come from melanin, I need some chocolate. The way glistening, I need some chocolate. My sugar, give me chocolate. I need your melanin, I need your chocolate.
You hear that, Victorious? All right. So that's the new track from Adam O and Victorious, Chocolate. You know, there's a line in that song that I really, really like. Something about Caribbean and we don't take shit from no one. I'm like, yeah. down in the Caribbean because they don't take shit from no one.
And they edited out the song and you had to say it, right?
He edited it?
Yeah. Edited
Vic,
out with you.
Vic, you edited that?
Yes, but not you. Not
See
you.
that? No,
Not you.
no.
Not you.
Shit is not a big.
I mean, well, they edited it out. I'm just saying.
Well, they had to be, because they gotta make sure that it plays on all the platforms, so it's all good. But on this show, we can say we don't take shit from no one. No. All right. Okay. So we're getting ready for our guest, Miss Lynne, the Bimini gal. We got her in the Zoom room.
She's in and just got to turn on her camera.
She's just got it. Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Happy Saturday!
Happy Saturday, sweetheart. How you doing?
You know what? I'm doing great.
What?
I cannot complain. In spite of everything, I am well.
True. In your yellow, queen in your yellow.
Real cute.
Yes.
Looking real cute.
Yes.
Hey, don't forget, big and sexy and cute. Why?
Okay, so take it to task with that. Big and sexy and cute. You're not big. You're sexy and cute, but you're not big.
But I'm not maga neither, you know. I'm not small either. And I
You
know-
but
when
oh,
Lima-
you think you're kind of like close to MAGA?
No, she's not. There's nothing MAGA about her. But I'm trying to be. You know what? I'm coming out this conversation. I am coming out this conversation.
Thank you.
I know my
All
head
right.
bust.
Effectively put in my place by the Bimini gal, and I go take it. I go take it. So you ain't MAGA. You're just right.
There you go. Just like the porridge.
Aye.
LBS.
Just like
Okay, what kind of
porridge.
porridge? Flour porridge, oatmeal porridge? What kind of porridge?
What meal?
I don't let you know. In Trinidad, we like flour porridge, but I just gotta let you know that. So let me just say hi to Rachel Roos. He checked in, so he's checking us out. Lynne, it's nice to have you on.
Thank you for having
You're
me.
not a stranger to us. You're one of us, and it's really nice to have you on. So what I'm going to do right now, and I don't want to put Code on. I don't want to put him on the spot, but you got the song ready?
I have one.
Which one? The brand new one?
No, her. Big,
okay.
sexy, and cute.
So we're gonna play this one. Step back, chat a little, and then we're gonna line up the brand new one, the brand new track.
Touch me. I got a big top on my bottom bigger. It ain't my fault your man whining. Out here scoping out my figure. It ain't just cause it hurts too. Out here playing the fool. I see him watching, playing peekaboo. Like I can see him watching too. I know he's a fatty gal, and when up my waist you will see that. I always want to draw to my boom, say my boom get. I know he's a fatty gal, and when up my waist you will see that. All the boys want to draw to my boom, say my boom get. Because I big and sexy and cute, oh, I big and sexy and cute. I big and sexy, I big and sexy, big and sexy and cute. I big and sexy and cute, oh, I big and sexy and cute. I big and sexy, big and sexy, big and sexy and cute. Whoa, he watch my bumper go round and round, yeah. Watch me take it right to the ground, yeah. Watch my bumper go round and round. Cause I big and sexy and cute. My thighs, my waist, my shape. I don't really care what other people say. I'm loving me, whether size 4 or size 16. No one get in my way. When you hear the music I play, auto reaction is to wind down. I'ma spin around.
All right, so I listened to the words. You were a size 16 at one time?
No, I'm saying I'm loving me, whether I'm size 4 or 16. It doesn't
Okay,
matter
all
what
right.
size. I wasn't
Well-
saying I was a 16 because I definitely ain't been no 4 neither.
I hear that. I can honestly say I was a 4 at one time.
I think one of my tie is a 4.
Yeah, she laughed.
Look,
Listen,
it's happy.
I love my belly lima. Good. I love my Sunshine Bakery. I love my Junction. I love my good steamed fish.
See,
I
see,
love my
I,
brown stew fish because I turned pescatarian last November.
eh,
I limited on the meat side, but yeah, I love my belly.
I love my belly too, and I laughing at the fact, and I mean, I'm loving the fact that all those places that you call there are Caribbean eateries. Because
That's
we
right.
gotta, one of the things we need to do as a people, we need to patronize buy black, buy Caribbean, buy black,
Buy black.
you know, and which is really about Gaviism in a way, but buy black. So before we go into your new track, tell us what's been happening over the past since the last time we chatted, which is when they had the storm that really impacted the hurricane that impacted. Tell us, bring us up to speed with where we're at with that right now, as far as recovery and resources and all of that.
That's great. Yeah, that's a wonderful place to start. As far as Freeport, they
Mhm.
are, doing a lot better than Abaco still. So they're starting to build up, the hospital still isn't 100% there in Grand Bahama. So things are still tough, but it's easier to get things and out. And as far as rebuilding, they're moving a lot faster than Abaco. Abaco is still in a very rough place. It's in bad shape. And the process is taking a lot longer time than what it's taking for Freeport. So if anybody is listening to this, please, the Bahamas still needs your help in terms of anything that you could send as far as aid or donating to a cause. Believe it or not, Ludacris actually has a organization and he's been down to Abaco and helping a lot too. So you could go to his page or find him on social media. And he's been one of the persons that's actually going down there and truly helping. But it's still a long way to go. Unfortunately, I would say the other islands are open for business, but with COVID and the pandemic, that is not even the case. So, whatever you can do monetarily or help to send, it's definitely needed.
Thank you for giving us that information, because if I think the highlight or the Bahamas has, I'm sorry, it's been dropped from the spotlight because the news cycle is so fast and furious. You know, there are like 10 different things happening in the space of one day. And then, yeah, COVID-19 just kind of bumped a whole lot of things down to second, third, fourth, fifth place. Rightly so, in a sense, because sometimes it's hard to multi-focus. You know what I mean? But the Bahamas still needs help, especially like you said, the Abaco Island, the island of Abaco, I should say. And we need to keep that, ever present in our mind. And it's good that Ludacris is doing something about it,
Yeah, yeah, it's really awesome. And then since that time as well, I was honored to be a part of the song called I Believe in You, which Julian Believe,
Julian Believe, yeah.
yes, did out of Bahamas, but Marshall was on it, Skinny Fabulous was on it, Alison Hines was on it. So many, big people in our industry came together to show support for the Bahamas because just like we all know, it could have been any other country too.
Yep. So we're gonna play that. We kind of, you want to play that now, Code? And we leading all up to your new song that is very positive tech in content. But before I even get to that, let's talk about that song that you did with Julian and the one that Code is gonna play. Okay, so we're gonna play it now. Okay, so did that song? I know that song was to highlight the plight of the Bahamas. Did highlight the plight of the Bahamas, where people were actually coming forward or using that as a platform to, because we had some really big names in that. You're right, Alison Hines, the Marshall Montano, and all of that. Did it do the job that it was supposed to do?
I believe it did.
You
I
believe it
believe
did?
I do. And I know a portion of the proceeds for whoever was purchasing the songs too was going straight to the funding for aiding in the hurricane victims and rebuilding as well. And I think it was great to see someone from home really rise up and say, you know what, let's do this for our country. And then to have so many other people that were willing to join in and to lend their time and their talents at no cost just to help support our people. It was a beautiful thing. And I do believe it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Okay. I asked that because a lot of times over the years we've had people doing music, songs to bring plight, highlight a plight or a cause. And I always wanted to know, did the song, like we had We Are the World, we had Calypsonians all along the way, there were songs like that. All right. We even had one Barbados that we played the other day, Big Irie. You remember that
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
We got this. I was on that
Got
song
it.
too.
Yes, you were on that song.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you were on that song.
Hey, girl, how you ain't know that?
I thought that was Tony Bajans.
No, they had I think they had 15 items represented, and I was the artist that represented for the Bahamas.
Okay, because we were looking at it as a song we're playing, and I was asking him, you know who this was, you know who that is, and he didn't know someone.
It went by too quick. It
went by too quick.
Yeah, let me tell you, that one we only had one line. It was 25 artists on that song.
Yeah.
You had like Moto, Marsville, Tamika Marshall, oh my gosh, Adana.
Marvey.
So many
Marvey.
people was on that song. I was like, yes, I definitely want to be a part of the project.
It was a nice song. I loved it. It had vibe. We ready?
Yeah, I'm waiting for
You
you.
always be
If
waiting
you are
on.
waiting
Oh
on,
dang! And I thought.
if you are waiting
Oh my
on,
lord.
Okay,
Okay.
well, you know we like to chat now. Come on, give us a
Okay.
break.
Okay. Go for it. Go for it.
Tyranny. Oh yeah. What the world needs. What the world needs now. What the world needs. What the world needs now. A little bit of love and some unity. We have to be the change that we want to see. Bundy and my put the guns down. That's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. Hey, a little more love and some unity. We have to be the change that we want to see. Bundy and my put the guns down. That's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. Can you imagine no more war? We not have to cry what you're fighting for. Imagine all the children that were born not have to stop. And no man would have envy what another man have. Imagine if we ever could discover how to treat one another like sister and brother. Oh God. And if we overstand the lesson, we could receive all the blessings in abundance where you have a weak job. One thing I learned in life, we go astray. And go be straight, even make a way. See me, I say to Willie World, yeah, love's the only way. What the world needs, what the world needs now. What the world needs, what the world needs now. A little bit of love and some unity. We have to be the change that we want to see. Bundy and my put the gun down. That's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. Hey, a little more love and some unity. We have to be the change that we want to see. Bundy and my put the guns down. That's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. Imagine living in a place where you're not judged by your color nor race. No, and everything was how it's supposed to be. Every man, woman, and child mind free. Can you imagine if we ever could discover how to treat one another like sister and brother? Oh God. And if we overstand the lesson, we could receive all the blessings in abundance for your apple week. One thing I learned in life.
All right. So I'm listening with with a couple of different ears on, right? The first ear that kicked in was the ear of the musician. And I got to tell you, it's sweet. So I want to know, did you write it? Who did the background vocals? Who did the production?
Yes.
Who mastered it? Who mixed it?
Okay.
I want to know all of that. So let's start with the first one.
Okay.
Who wrote the
The
song?
first
Did
one.
you write it?
Yes, I did write this song along with Shiva Richardson and Yannick Joseph, who I've worked with before. Shiva and she's from Anguilla, but she lives here in Orlando. And Yannick is from Trinidad, and he lives in Trinidad. But we've worked together on some projects, and the energy and vibe has always been right, So I worked with them on writing the actual song. Now, as far as production, that's easy because the same person did all of it. I trusted them. It's a Black Carpet Movement out of Trinidad.
Okay. Kyle Noel.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, now let me tell you something because I'm like up here now with I'm excited. Okay, because
Okay.
Kyle Noel, I've known that young man for a couple years before he even started Black Carpet Movement. Trust me on that. Because I don't know if you've heard some of his earlier songs because he's really into that jazz, Caribbean jazz kind of thing. Sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna back off now. Kyle, oh my God, he is awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
And you know what? It's like he understood exactly where I wanted to go and how what the energy was in when I wrote this song and how I wanted it to be received. And it just he executed it perfectly, perfectly. Yeah,
That's well.
I could
That's
not be happier. Yeah, and he definitely know what he's doing. He's a musician, so it's
yeah,
not
he
like
plays
he
different
just sitting on it
instruments.
making beats. Yeah, he understands. So, big up Black Carpet Movement. Anybody they're looking for good production, check them out.
And one of the things he said to me when he was on the show, I think earlier this year, was that he wanted to bring back that old time music, that old time vibe. So I know this is not within that realm because this is your song, but I believe on his actual music, he's going to be heading in that direction. Who did the background vocals?
myself, myself, and Shiva. Shiva's on. Yes, she's on the backgrounds as well.
Sound good. Who did the vocal production? You all knew exactly what you all wanted to do, or did
Yes,
anybody?
and that's myself and Shiva. Yeah, because she was here. She came to the studio with me. And most of the times when we write, um, we'll kind of go through and do a demo ourselves, just like on our computer or Logic here. And we'll kind of set out exactly what we want. Because when I go to the studio, I like to know exactly what I'm doing because then it gives me room to improvise. If I'm going and I'm having to look at the phone or I don't really know where I'm going or what I'm gonna do for this harmony, then number one, it takes longer, but I also believe it restricts my creativity and my artistry. So I like to do that first, and then when I go, I could just let it flow.
Okay, so I'm reading what Sean Gibson put here. It has nothing to do with the song, but he wanted to know, should we hear that the people of the Bahamas are now treating the Haitian people differently, or at the least have the artists denounce the treatment of those people? Because you know how they treated the Haitians, right? I
Well,
know it has nothing to do with the song, but I'm just reading it
yeah.
as I see it.
I don't know of any artists that have come forward. I will say even as a child, I know that that is a relationship that's always has a little bit tension here and there. But unfortunately, I can't truly speak on that 100% because the island that I grew up in was Bimini, and that island is only 7 miles long and a half mile wide, 2,500 people. So some of the yeah, you know what I do when I was doing some of my festivals and stuff with over 5,000 people, I would tell them it's more people here than what I grew up with. So never let anybody tell you what you can and you cannot do. You
Okay.
understand? That was a big thing for me when I would see all them people. But going back to his question, where I grew up, we didn't really have that kind of divide or segregation because it was only us. It was a small amount of people. So even the Asians that was there, to me, I feel like we just automatically consider them Bohemians. So some of the bigger islands maybe experience different things than what I've experienced. So I only could speak from what I have gone through. So unfortunately, I cannot answer that question 100%, but I could only give my perspective.
And I like your perspective. Right on. I'm gonna raise my right fist. Right on. Now let's go back to the song.
Yeah.
What led to the actual direction of the lyrics that you came up with? I mean, to me, it's in step with Taralyn. You know what I'm saying? But was there something that literally triggered you saying, okay, you know what, it's time to put pen to paper. I got to get this out. What triggered it?
Yeah. So when we started writing this song, the line was just what the world needs, what the world needs. And that was something that Shiva was singing over and over and over again. And we started writing this song in March. So we're kind of just getting into like the lockdown and all the things that were going on with the pandemic. But if you look at the artwork for this song, it's a picture of myself as a young girl with my father. And my father, I lost him to senseless violence, a home invasion robbery took his life. And with all of the things coming up with the police brutality and just, being a home and having to deal with a lot of those feelings, this song really is truly an honor to him because if we had more love, we wouldn't have any of this violence. If we really treated each other like sister and brother, the world would be a much different place. So that's truly where the song was rooted from and where I started to write it from. But as all of these other things were taking place with the pandemic and then the police brutality, it kind of morphed in to, those avenues as well. And it was like the energy was just already there and it was going in that direction. And I'm like, this is the perfect time to release this, because I wasn't even quite sure when I wanted to release it because it was so personal to me. And I said, you know what, this is the right time. This is the right song. This is the right time. And I also feel like you said, it really does show a different part of me that I've been wanting to show for a while. And yeah, I just couldn't be happier with the project right now.
Okay, so let me take a little bit of what you just said there at the end. This is something, a part of you that you've been wanting to show for a while. So now that it's out there, now that you're out of the closet, in that sense, is this the last time we're going to hear something of this nature lyrically from you, or is this the beginning?
This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I have so many other songs too, and it's like I have to figure out, okay, me and my team, like, how we gonna release this or that, But there's a time and there's a season for everything,
True.
and I feel like now I'm just stepping into a new season.
So I'm gonna, I believe that we all are protesting in our own way. To me, this song is a song of protest. It's a song of protest based on your experience with your dad passing in such a violent way. But it's also a song of protest in your response to what is happening. So with that being said, what are your thoughts on the murder of George Floyd?
I couldn't sleep for days. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't find no peace. It's senseless. It is just heartless. It is horrific. And it doesn't make any sense at all. And I feel like every time I see something else, like I was just watching a friend of mine's story, and he put something up about Elijah McLean. I don't know if you heard of
We talked about him earlier on before we went into the Facebook hour. Such a sweet young kid. I mean, they didn't take the time to find out. Well, don't get me started. But
and you know what? And that don't even matter, because he wasn't doing nothing. He wasn't putting up.
He wasn't doing
a fight or
anything.
nothing. And I didn't even know about. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't even know about this until I read his story. And I was watching the story, and I just started falling. I was just in the bed. I just couldn't stop crying. Oh my God! Like, this has to stop.
It has to stop. And I was telling Code earlier on, I've always, for the most part, respected my black men because I have 3 20-something-year-old sons. And now I see the black men for who they truly are, which is an endangered species. I was telling him I was passing through paying toll, and there was this young 20-something-year-old collecting the toll, young black guy with dreads. And my heart just immediately went out to him. I didn't know him, but I saw him as my son, my cousin, my nephew. And it's like, we shouldn't have to be put in that position. You know what I'm saying? But, let me just back off a little because I'll be getting to get emotional. I love this song. As always, you're welcome to return to talk about your music. I want to know where we can get this song, or our listeners can purchase this song on all platforms, right?
Yes, all platforms. iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, everywhere. All you have to do is look up Tara, Tara, then C is capital Lynne, and all the songs will pop up. Also on Instagram, you can find me, which is the platform of social media that I actually interact the most with my supporters and followers. And that's Tara Lynne Music, TaraLynneMusic. So stay connected that way.
Okay, so let me say this. Code, I thought you were going to play the other song with Julian Believe, and I thought you was going to play that first and then play this song. So do me a favor, if you could find that, if you could just play a little bit of it so that people can hear that. I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but while I talk, you're finding, right? And also that song from Barbados.
You're getting out of hand now. You're getting out of order and out of hand.
Okay,
God, what are you talking now? Oh, God.
Oh, my Lord. So he started shutting me down. But at least I can get the one with Julian Believe, her, Marshall, and Alison Hines, and Skinny Fabulous. Right? I can get that one, right? And then we will end the top of the hour talking a little bit more about this song that is playing in the background. It is sweet. Okay. So you dropped it summer, because this literally it feels like summer. It is summer. And we having a kind of a tricky 2021 season with regards to the carnival and all of that. So My question is: this a summer song, or is this a song that you had intended to go into the 2021 season?
No, this is something that came up. It's something that came to me and it just happened. And I decided that it was the right time to put it out. I didn't have any plans or say, well, hey, this is gonna happen. It's just something that we started to write and it just happened. Now, as far as 2021, I released the song by the name of Sugar Cane that was for this year and this season. Now, I already have plans that I am going to be bringing back Sugar Cane for next season.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So what?
this season kind of gets stalled out, and that's a good song. And I'm like, I ain't willing to let this go.
So okay, let's just clarify for our listeners. When you say next season, that would be 2022.
No, 2021 coming up.
I already feel like if 2021 is like full speed ahead and nothing much is going to happen because, I mean, I see Trinidad want to have carnival, but they're not allowing any internationals in.
I know.
And I think that's a good thing and a bad thing, honestly. I feel like if that might be hopefully a way for them to bring back some traditional masks, but then that's just me on my platform. So you say that for 2021, you're going to have a reprise of Sugarcane.
Yes. Sometime down the line, maybe October, November, I'm planning on doing a video to release it, to kind of repackage and put that song out again, because it did very well and was creating a lot of buzz, but I don't have a lot of places to push it. I was supposed to be in Notting Hill again. I was supposed to be in Propova. There were so many plans for this year that a lot of artists in the soca industry and also in the reggae dancehall industry had to be canceled. So
It had to be canceled because with regards to the United States, borders are closed. We cannot go anywhere except for the continental US until the end of the year. I can't go home. You know what I'm saying? And even when I go home, they're going to quarantine my ass for 2 weeks because, hey, nobody wants Americans, even, you know what I'm saying? So
that's right. And even as far as like Hawaii and other places you could go, but guess what? You're going to be confined to whoever house you're staying by. If you're in a hotel, you can't go nowhere.
can't
So
go
you might as
nowhere.
well just
What
stay here.
fun is that? Keep your tail home and just,
That's
you know,
why I'm saying,
make the
that's why I'm
best of
saying.
it.
It's
Let
like
Trump
we
kill-
all ain't get no visa. We just have to stay where we is.
Yeah, you didn't hear that part. I said, let Trump kill us, because really right now the COVID-19 is out of control. The train has left the station. So, but Code busy looking for a song. What song you looking for?
You looking for I Believe in You. Or you looking for Sugar Cane.
Which one?
You better have wine and watch me now.
Sugar
Baby.
See
Okay,
why?
right
see
now you
why-
want to
see-
drop a cuss
you
right
see
now.
why I have that?
Now listen, I
if you
could
find
get him
Sugar
Sugar
I
Cane.
have, I have sugar cane.
We're going to play Sugar Cane. We're
I
going to play
have
Sugar
sugar
Cane.
Do it. Let's do it. Hey.
Wind it, watch me now. Wind it, watch me now. Watch me now. I sweet like sugar cane on your tongue. Sweet like sugar cane on your tongue. Can't get enough now. I got him begging for more. I see you're looking for my attention, and I know you want to make the connection. 'Cause the thing's so sweet, so sweet. He wanna put it on repeat. Rude wine, make him weak, make him never want to leave. Boy, come and meet me on the dance floor. Temperature rising, I can give you more. The way I wine it for you, I bubble it for you. You wanna get a taste of it, this juicy body.
So let me just say hi to Keisha Bradshaw, which is part of Lips International. Tricky Finger Hand. Anthony Kujo. Yes, we blessed again. Naikiba Sam. Blessings. Sound lyricist Trinidad. Out of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, Miss Lady, my lady. So let me tell you something, sweetheart. You got a damn good voice. From one singer to the next. Yes. So let me tell you now. He found the song I Believe, and he's saying to me, "We only have 5 minutes. We only have 5 minutes." So can I get a little piece of that song, and then maybe we can go back to the original?
The Sugar Cane. Oh, you wanna go back to
No. Yeah.
How you get me? How you get him every I wanna go chip.
You want to chip? Okay.
You know,
So you get to choose. We're going and play I Believe, but you get to choose between Sugarcane and the new song when we play a little piece of this. So choose. I Believe play now.
I think we
Choose.
should go back to Sugar Cane.
All right, no problem.
Look at Lima.
I thought you were going to choose the next song.
I thought
Mama, stay strong. You've been through this storm and you're stronger now. Just keep faith a little longer now. Hey, hey. I know it ain't easy. Yeah, you passed on determine your destiny. You'll see you through, just hold on to me. Hey, hey. We'll survive this year. And if nobody else can see all that you can be, all that you can be now, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah.
Rise above it all in spite of what you see. Your vision will soon be reality. Gonna seize the day. The clouds have left, the skies are clearer now. We will rebuild together now. You will be okay.
All right, we just needed to hear Taryn sing her part. We just needed to hear you sing your part, Taryn. So now,
and a little harmony on it if nobody else can see too.
so what we're gonna do is
He'll go back. He'll
you're
go
gonna
back.
play Sugar Cane. All right, so
I
we
think
can.
we should let Chord pick. Now, what you want? You want sugar cane or you want what the word means?
Well, you got the you called it. You said Sugar Cane. I was going for the new one, but we let the guests
No, I was
say
going
what
for
the
big and
guest
sexy. I was
wants.
going for big and sexy.
Play that already.
I
You
mean,
know
play
what?
all of them already.
A lot of men like
I
that
wanted
song,
the new
Lima.
song.
Lima, I don't know what it is, but a lot of men like that song. I know a
Look,
next one right now.
Big
who's
and
playing
sexy and
my
cute.
favorite song I have mine yet.
Because you know why? I don't want to speak for the men, but I think it's because most of our women are thoroughbreds. Most of our women are big, and it's nice to see that the men see us as sexy, regardless, you know. And I think that's a Caribbean. I think that's a Caribbean thing. Caribbean men love
I
the
think
big
you're right.
woman, regardless.
We like meat.
yeah, we say they like me.
Wind it, watch me now. Wind it, watch me now. I sweet like sugar cane on your tongue. Sweet like sugar cane on your tongue. Can't get enough now. I got him begging for more. I see you're looking for my attention, and I know you want to make the connection. 'Cause you think so sweet, so sweet. He wanna put it on repeat. Rude boy, make him weak, make him never want to leave. Boy, come and meet me on the dance floor. Temperature rising, I can give you more. The way I whine it for you, I bubble it for you. You wanna get a taste of it? This juicy body,
All right, so we gotta get ready to get out of here. You know what made there's a couple different reasons why this was a fun interview. I didn't have to prepare any questions. We were just vibing, and I like it like that. But we just having, I like it like that. When you know the guest, it makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes. Well, you know, this is family. This is the home team. But I would be remiss if I don't big up Leon Caldero and DJ Avalanche out the VI, because they were the ones that executive produced this rhythm. And this rhythm, yeah, bad.
oh yeah, he did, didn't he? Because there were other songs on this rhythm, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Only as you said that, I remembered that.
Uh-huh.
So,
Yeah.
no respect to Leon, he's stuck in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yes, he is.
Still down there. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. So you are welcomed to return to this show anytime. It shouldn't have to take me reaching out to you to say, Taryn, you want to come on?
Oh, God, that I'm
You shame yet? You shame yet? You shame yet?
Very.
Okay, you should be. You should be. Okay, just reach out and say, hey, Lima, I have da, can I? And I would definitely say, okay, let me look at the schedule. Okay, Taryn, come on, let's do this. All right?
But I'm going to tell you right now, and everybody who's listening, I'm coming back. When I drop the video for What the World Needs, I will come back and we will put it on and we'll premiere it on here.
Well, I appreciate that. I love that. You-
Up.
I want you to stay safe. Wash your hands, wear your mask 6 feet apart. That is the one thing that we are 100% aware of that decreases the onset of this thing. Be safe because you have many more years ahead of you to promote your music, to do you. And who knows, maybe you might be in that category when they bring it on the Grammys. Soca.
Listen, anything is possible.
Anything
All
is possible.
things are possible. That's right. That's right. And you guys be safe too. Thank you so much for having me. I really
You're
appreciate
welcome.
it
You're
all the
welcome.
time. God, big up yourself.
Thank you. Big up yourself. Congratulations and much love.
Love
Much
you, sweetheart. Take care,
All
right?
right. See you guys soon. All right.
Will do. So we gotta go. We want to let you know that we want to say thank you to our guest for the day, which is Miss Taralyn, the Bimini Girl, and in our DJ Spotlight, DJ Sweeba. We want you to have a blessed weekend. Please do be safe out there. Right on, right on, right on. As always, forget. Well, let me just make it short and sweet. Pauline Hilton, hi.
You could never end on time.
I could never end on time.
Never end on time.
Susan Hunt, you have a blessed one. Pauline Hilton, you take care. Eva Marie, love ya. Bless up. Right on.